Bird and Magic, Kobe and Shaq. Now you got Steph and Kevin Durant. Two guys that's going to forever have their careers linked to each other. But one guy has his career a little separated, and that's Steph Curry. Steph Curry don't need Kevin Durant. Steph Curry is a two-time champion without Kevin Durant. Now, if Kevin Durant wins a third championship, this is the hurdles that he has to overcome. And these hurdles are, can you win without Steph? Now, it's going to take more than just one championship without Steph. You're going to have two, because you have to make up for the fact that you won with Steph. You get penalized for being on that Golden State Warriors super team. Yeah, the championships count, but you're supposed to win those championships. So people are always going to look at those championships completely different. In order for you to get on the top 10, you're going to have to win at least two championships without Steph Curry. Given with the resume that you already have, your individual accomplishments, you could definitely creep up on that 6 to 10, all right, with two championships without Steph Curry. That'll uplift your career. But just like Steph won a championship recently, and he's still not considered to be a top 10 player, he needs one more. Kevin Durant, you need two, because you don't even have one without Steph yet, all right? One without Steph gets your foot in the door. Two without Steph puts you completely in there. And here's the thing. Kevin Durant has yet to prove to us that he's the bus driver. All right? Now, you can make a case, hey, he was the best player on the Golden State Warriors. But keep in mind, Golden State Warriors was successful without Kevin Durant. And you can make a case Golden State Warriors still would have been in the finals, still would have had an equal chance to winning an NBA championship again. There's no telling if they was going to choke again, but that was up to them to redeem themselves on. I'm a big fan of redemption, and in sports, that's what it's all about. So there's no telling that Steph Curry would have did that, but there's also no answer to the fact, what if Kevin Durant really got revenge on the Golden State Warriors? He did drop a 3-1 series lead against those guys. So who's to say that he wouldn't beat the Golden State Warriors the second time around? We would never know these questions. So that hurts Kevin Durant's legacy a little more, because we got somewhat answers already. We don't need Steph Curry. We don't need Steph Curry paired with Kevin Durant to see who will win without each other, because we already seen Steph do it one time without him. We've seen him do it last year without him. So notice how I keep talking about those two guys, because Kevin Durant, your legacy, much like Kobe Bryant had to win without Shaq, is connected to Steph Curry. I think you know this. This is why you go on social media, you start complaining, you start getting mad. We all know you care about your legacy, and we all know you want to be viewed in the same highlight with the LeBrons, the Kobes, the Jordans. Well, guess what? You're going to have to start winning. Much like Kawhi Leonard, your legacy is really dependent on how many championships can you win, because it's an arms race at this point. You got individual accolades that can't never be taken away from you. You have the individual accolades to be on the top 10, but what you don't have is enough championships as being that number one guy, because we could always make the case again that you wasn't that number one guy with Steph Curry. This is not one of those situations of a Kobe and Shaq when Shaq was viewed as the clear number one on his basketball team. Kevin Durant, you never was cleared number one on the Golden State Warriors, all right? All you did was just a guy that took a very good team that won 73 games over the top to a point that it make it look like you guys couldn't lose at all. That's all you did, all right? And that's the problem with super teams. They tarnish your legacy. Yeah, you're going to win a championship, but you also lose something at the same time. You lose respect, and you lose accountability in terms of being called a top 10 player or anything for that matter, okay? Super team championships get penalized. Even if you're counting stacked teams that have multiple all-stars on it, even those guys get penalized to a certain extent, all right? It's different if it's organically. I'm not going to get into the difference of an organic dynasty team compared to a super team. They complete two different things. I already made videos on that, so I don't want to harp on that again. But Kevin Durant, you got to shake the stigma of a super team off your resume. And the only way you could do that is to win championships as a number one. You got a chance now to do it on the Phoenix Suns, a non-super team. Even though it is a team that got another all-star, but it's a team that was desperately in need of a franchise player, a real franchise player, an elite player. And that could be you if you're willing to drive that bus. Okay, stop playing the back position, get in front of that bus and see what you can do. Sports out. So, another championship. I didn't even answer that question. Another championship will put Kevin Durant in probably 2 slots up. Now, he will move up, all right? But he still won't be in the top 10. So if he's like a top 20 or top 15 to you, maybe 13 he'll be, maybe 17 he'll be, you know? To me, he's about top 20. So another championship, probably 18 slot, somewhere between there. Sports out, man. Peace. This is the way.